Hey everybody, welcome to another excuse me. Welcome to another episode of Daily Motivation, 365 days of consistency, doing the same things over and over again till they become habit. I like to give it a couple minutes to see to get people coming on. Um, so before we start, let me give you your angel numbers for today. So if you stumbled upon this episode, that means this angel number was made specifically for you. And episode 212, we're on episode 212. Wow, we're kicking in, we're moving. And the angel number for 212 is, which really fits today's topic. Again, I don't pick these just kind of get inspired before I even look at the numbers. I actually read them live, so I don't even know what this is going to say before the numbers come in. But the more you believe, the better everything turns out. Believe and trust. Again, if you stumble upon this angel number, that means or you stumble upon this episode, that means this angel number was made specifically for you for watching. It's 212. The more you believe, the better everything turns out. Believe and trust. Again, everyone, I thank you for taking your time to watch this. Like the great Jay-Z said, you can be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate it. So today, I want to talk about how to transcend your excuses, or how can you let your desires transcend your excuses? Meaning, how can you let your desires be more powerful than your reasons of why you're not accomplishing, why you're not doing, why you're not taking action, why you're not studying, why you're not motivated, why you're not inspired. So the reason being is you have to get emotional about your desires. See, we are human beings, and our human side is very emotional. Our human side is very emotional. We cannot transcend or go past our emotions. Meaning, if you really want something, to do something, it doesn't matter how bad you want it unless it's emotional. If you don't have the emotional aspects of what you want, you won't get yourself to do what you want. See, we are emotional creatures. So our body or our default mind, our subconscious mind, will do what we have emotional attachments to way more than we have just analytical mind to. So you can think all you want about the aspects of what you're trying to accomplish, but if it's not filled with emotions, you will not get yourself to actually do it. Because the reason what holds us back, and this is very, very important, very, very important. If you stumble upon this episode, this was made for you. The reason why we stop ourselves or we block ourselves from doing the things that we want to do is because we have emotions of blockage that stops us. Meaning tragedy or some type of thing that happened in our past, something somebody said to us that stuck with us. Somebody said something mean that really stuck in our body. And Eckhart Tolle calls it our mind body. Meaning your subconscious mind is your body. And your body actually stores emotions. It stores emotions. And that's where your cells, that's why you have the fight or flight. Your body stores that emotion through your cells. So if you have trauma that happened in the past that's stored in your cells, that's emotional. And you won't ever get your mind to go past your emotional state. This is very important if you're really trying to achieve in life, that you have to get emotional, because the things that are blocking you are emotions. That's all it really is. It's an emotional attachment to something that's stored in our body that we never got the chance to let go. So what do we have to do, Rich? This happens to everybody. Everyone has trauma. Everyone has something that happened as a child or in life. They failed at something. Somebody said something that really touched them in an emotional way, and we can't get past it. So what we have to do is create desires that are emotional and let those desires, those emotions from our desires, transcend our lower emotions that are from trauma. So how do you do that, Rich? Well, I talk about it in a new ebook that I'm coming with soon. It's not out yet. It will be at some point. I don't know when. Timing is everything, so I'm just waiting on it. But if you're interested in this ebook, it's called The Seventh Day Principle. DM me Seventh Day in your email address, and I'll put you on the email list when it actually comes out. But it talks about 7 steps on how to transcend your emotions. how to transcend your emotions. I'm sorry, 1 second. Sorry, I'm dying of battery power. I don't wanna lose you guys. So how to transcend it. But you can do different ways. How do you get yourself emotional? Some people are emotional through movies, right? So watch a movie that inspires you, somebody that's doing something that you want to do. They, like, say if somebody went from poverty to wealth, watch a movie like that and get emotionally involved in it. Talk about your dreams. Talk about your dreams to the extent that you get emotionally attached to it. I remember I did a visualization once years ago, and I got so involved in the visualization that my body literally couldn't tell the difference between imaginary or real. Like the emotions of that scene, I started to feel, and so much that a tear started coming down my eyes. And I remember that was the moment where I knew that I was going to achieve my ultimate goal, because it was deep in my emotions now. It's deep in my cells. Now it's in my subconscious mind. Now it's in my default mind. So even when days when I don't want to do something, I still do it. Why? Because it's emotional. Again, when you touch fire, you get burned. You know not to touch fire again, because that burn, that trauma was emotional. So you have to have your desires get emotional as well. Find a way that will bring a tear to your eye. If it's whatever you're trying to achieve, find a way to get it to be emotional. Sometimes you have to surround yourself in that environment to get emotional. Or sometimes you have to visualize it to get emotional. Sometimes music gets me emotional. That's why I love to listen to music with speeches, because it gets me more emotional. It gets me more motivated. Because whatever can get seep into, like what Eckhart Tolle called your mind body, because your body is constantly talking with your mind. It's a constant communication, always and forever. I mean, it's subconscious. You don't have to be conscious of this connection between your mind and your body. But you have to find a way to enter into your mind and get into your body. And the only way to do that is to get emotional. Find a way to get emotional for that dream, for that new weight, for that new spouse. Like, you got to get excited. Like, I get passionate. Like, man, woo, when I get my new car, when I get my Audi TTS Roadster, I'll be driving in the streets. Woo! You know, whatever it is to get you feeling that passion, that emotion, that fire in your belly. Unless, if it doesn't hit you emotionally, it won't happen. So you could talk about all the things you want to accomplish all day long. Yeah, you know, $1 million be cool. Yeah, I'll love $1 million. Sure. Yeah, why not? Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, $1 million sounds good. Yeah, I'll do $1 million. Yeah, that's fine. Won't happen. But if you said, oh, thank you, God, for this millions of dollars that I have. Thank you, universe, for providing me with all these resources that I can help myself and my family and other people. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for it. When it gets emotional like that, that's when you are on your way to achieving the goals that you want. Before I had my spouse, I was emotional about it. Before I changed my life, I started getting emotional about it. And so it has to sit into your emotions. That's the only way it transcends. Because if your excuses are emotional, and they are, if your desires are only analytic, your excuses will win. But if your desires are emotional, and your excuses are already emotional, but if your desires are even more emotional, more energy, more passion to it, more heartfelt enthusiasm. And enthusiasm, I learned this from Wayne Dyer, is God speaking through you. When you have enthusiasm, that means it's the wisdom of God. That's God moving through you. It's the Greek meaning for enthusiasm, meaning God's moving through you. So if you can get emotional, enthusiastic, passionate, happy, grateful, excited now with your desires, just for the desires themselves, it will transcend your emotions of the excuses that are holding you back. Again, if you're interested into the 7th-Day Principle, it's an ebook that I have coming out, very, very short ebook, probably sell it for 99 cents. Message me, DM me, 7th-Day Principle, and when it comes out, I'll make sure I email you. But that's the only way to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Again, this is Rich Fontaine. Either you could agree with me or not agree with me, but either way, I feel this was a successful conversation. Again, check out the beginning of the episode to get your angel numbers, 212. It's very passionate, and it hits to this episode that we have on today. Again, you could do anything that you want to do, but you have to get emotionally involved in it to do so. Again, this is Rich Fontaine with the Power of Self Entertainment. I appreciate and love all of you. Namaste. Please like, please share, please comment.